Hello and welcome to Armed with Controllers. This is Fabs and today I'm playing Evil Zone, a game that can only be described as Japan in a simple PlayStation 1 compact disc. So yeah, this is a fighting game. As you can see, the characters all represent different Japanese character archetypes. But today I'm going for the most beloved of ones. I'm going to be playing as Danzaiver, who is based off of the space sheriffs of the tokusatsu shows from the Metal Heroes franchise. Before you say anything, no, not Power Rangers, shut up and stop being ignorant. Anyway, so one of the great things about this game is that in the story mode, it operates under the conceit that you're watching an anime or a TV show or whatever based on your character, like so. So you've even got the dramatic narrator telling us what's happening, got the poorly translated from Japanese title. Everything about this is awesome. I'm going to try not to talk so much over these just because there is some utter insanity that you have to hear only because it's hilarious. So yes, episode 1 of Danzaiver! We need at least, it needs to have a couple of words before Danzaiver. It's like, we know he's an inspector of some kind. Space Inspector Danzaiver!
Called me out for your own convenience. But didn't you come to stop me?
I'm not going to give you any excuses. After all, I don't think it's right to make people of different worlds fight against Ihadou.
And yet you brought everyone here to do that.
Do you dare to stop us? Then stop us! The power of a supreme ruler destroys evil! The ultimate hero! Danzaiver!
I love how he sounds like he's going to bust the gut screaming that. Which is awesome. Yeah, but anyway, so, how does this game fight then? Well, it's particularly unusual in that you only use two buttons. Use the attack button and the block button. Now, you can do different attacks based on what you're doing with the directional buttons at the time, but the fact remains, yeah, this game fights using two buttons. So the movesets aren't massively complex. And on a similar note, each character does play rather similarly then, in a sense that, well, it's good that you can pick up any character and you instantly know their full moveset of a sort. It does feel a bit off, that you really are just using one button here. But never mind. So good old Danzaiver here, as I said, representative of the space sheriffs, of the Metal Heroes and whatnot. Everything about him screams that, laser sword, his entire weaponry, using his special word of Zero Chaku to summon his armour to make him Danzaiver. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Sure.
Bye, kid.
Don't blame yourself.
In
this world, justice will prevail.
Yep. The man who just beat up a small child, admittedly a magic-wielding small child, declares that justice will prevail. Yeah.
Agreeing to protect,
This combat fight, pretty damn cool. In Japan, he was voiced by none other than Hikaru Murakawa, who is best known in the West for his portrayal of Hiro Yui in Gundam Wing, among other people, and as well just being an all-round top bloke. Now, of course, we should also point out that Danzaiver here was voiced in Japan by Tomokazu Seiki, who's also, basically, he's a king of hot blood. If there's a character who is renowned for punching things and making them explode, Tomokazu Seiki probably voiced him. For him, then probably Nobuyuki Hiyama. Anyway, enough Japanese names. Next episode of Danzaiver, please. Here we are. Entrapment of Wicked Desire. Assassin from the Darkness. And I'm fighting Kea. Woo.
Don't be a drag. You're upsetting my plan.
Just watch the Hong Kong dubbing there. He was not saying a word. Mouth flaps still going. Oh dear. See?
I'm going to make you stay out of my way.
So, Kea happens to be an onmyoji, which is for want of a better term, a Buddhist mystic civil servant. It's a fairly standard stock mystic character in Japan. You'll find a lot of things, there's going to be some kind of mystic these days. Yep, onmyoji. So there you have it. Usually they have mastery over the 5 Japanese elements, which are water, fire, earth, air and the heavens. Is it air and heavens? No, metal and the heavens, sorry. So there we go. That's pretty cool. So, he's, well, and theoretically he should be doing things like throwing all kinds of crazy powers at me. So I'm just going to, he's not doing anything, so he's getting a finishing move. Here we go. All we need now is Danzaiver's theme music be playing while he does that, and we would have a Metal Hero show right there. Nice. Okay, now the ad break's over. Let's see what's happening after the fight. Oof.
Danzaiver, are you hurt? Are you alright?
Yep. Suddenly a random girl starts screaming in her ear.
An easy victory.
Now each character does have a ridiculously fleshed out background. You get details on almost everything about them. Problem is, you have to in order to find this out, you have to sit in an in-game menu and read a load of text. And you only get that after you beat the story mode. So for those of us who just picked this game up, all we know is that Danzaiver has some random woman screaming in his ear, and we don't know why. Never mind.
Unknown power and Danzai Blade.
Ooh, Danzai Blade.
No one knows the true power
I wouldn't mind having a Danzai Blade. It would show my enemies who's boss, you know?
Next week's feature is Danzaiver, the Ultimate
Yes.
Hero, Episode 3.
Oh god.
Eerie series of summer vacation.
Yeah, there are a lot of arguments in various fan sub-communities about how things should be translated. Some would say that yes, that is a good translation because it is exactly what it says in Japanese. Others would disagree. I'm going to allow this time, if only because it's hilarious to read. Eerie series of summer vacation?
Danzaiver, material scanning can't be done with that sword. It's dangerous.
Don't worry. I can't waste time here. I will launch swift attack.
Yes! Oh.
It'll be a lot of fun to cut you into pieces.
That should be an English accent, by the
I'm
way.
going to make your death very painful.
This guy's kind of cool. He's basically a psychopath. He seems to, if I remember correctly, he's also a heavy metal fan that sold loads of his soul or whatever to dark powers. Now, Japan seems to think this about the Anglophiles at least, because in Darkstalkers, if I recall correctly, Lord Raptor was an Australian heavy metal man who sold his soul for dark powers. I don't know. Anyway, now he really should have blood and guts spilling everywhere. But not, so let's blast him with our aerial cannon, shall we? Yes, hit you from space. See, what's interesting as well is that all the attacks, like those ones in particular, these grab attacks, such like, the stock footage used is again very similar. It puts you in mind of the average anime show or the average tokusatsu, which is pretty cool, I think. I mean, granted, yes, it's a way to manually pad fights, both in this game and in real life, and it can be a bit wearying watching the same thing again and again. But it's a nice touch. I mean, in terms of gameplay, it's not bad. It's not going to match, say, your Street Fighters or your Tekkens, but it's a daft way to spend half an hour.
If I become like Yuri...
What are you saying now, woman? Ugh. She's daft.
What? Did you say something, Rory?
Oh, no, never mind. Never mind.
Bitch be crazy. Seriously. Alright, next episode. And we have... breasts. Okay then. And a face palm. No, my weakness. And yeah, she's not wearing much. Fun fact, in the American release, they actually coloured in her legs, so it looked like she was wearing a one-piece jumpsuit of some variety rather than a swimsuit here. Which makes sense because, it looks like it's really riding up her crack. Assaulting thrust. Oh no, did they know what they were saying? Then again, it's Japan, so probably. Oh well. Stop doing that to me.
I'm going to destroy Iadulka.
Yeah.
I promise. So leave it to me.
Of course, these good guys can never work
I
together.
don't care what you say or what promises you've made. If you stand in my way, I'll send you to hell.
Oh, thanks, love. Nice.
Is this what I get? I'll go easy on you.
Oh, Danzaiver. We've discovered your weakness truly is the fairer sex. Shame on you. Then respond, yeah. Blast her from the skies with your satellite cannon, please. Thank you. Pow. Okay, eventually pow. Now, part of the storyline of this game is that they've all been transported to this crazy world. Fair enough. So how is this satellite cannon, which is presumably orbiting, able to fire on this planet? I mean, did that get teleported as well? Am I thinking too much about this? Maybe. Maybe I am. There we go. Yeah, she gets 2 shots. Oh, that's good. It's nice that it also cuts it the second time to prevent you from wanting to strangle your television. Ooh, that's going to sting. Oh, thank you. And of course, more gratuitous English from the Japanese. Then again, of course, it's remembered that this game's actually dubbed in English, wasn't it? So, of course, she's going to say bye-bye. Sometimes I'm a bit of an idiot, aren't I? Oh well. This woman's annoying me. There we go. Right, finishing move. Danzai blade. UK. That'll learn her. You should have worn some armour, love. You silly, silly girl. Never mind. Right. Wow, that swimsuit isn't leaving anything to the imagination.
Ow? Because of this, I know I can't lose.
Well, you're cocky, aren't you? Now notice how his face is showing through part of the faceplate there. Battle damage, which is pretty cool.
After the battle against
Now he fights a schoolgirl!
Danzaiver renews his vow to destroy Ihadoka. A girl named Setsuna appears and frantically warns him to flee from her.
Now see, in Japan, usually the schoolgirls are, either begging you to chase them because they're, you're in a hentai or something, or B, you're going to chase them anyway because you've got tentacles everywhere. I don't know. I love it. I love it. An executioner in a blazer. Nice. I wouldn't be surprised if the original Japanese did say something along the lines of an executioner in a Sailor Fuku or something. But anyway. So, Setsuna, she is representative of the magical girl variety of anime, manga, whatever. Things like Sailor Moon is the obvious one. You've got Sally the Witch, and for some slightly newer versions, you've got the what's it called, Pretty Cure franchise as well. So, yeah, you couldn't have one of these games without a magical girl. So there we go. We have one here, and she's annoyed with me for some reason. Now, her shtick is usually she's been possessed by a, she's possessed, no, she has a spirit person hanging around with her and she wields a sword, which I believe is called the Cuchulainn, after one of Ireland's national treasures, or national mythological swords, which is pretty cool. I mean, usually when you have one of these things, let's call it Excalibur. Oh, that's sure, I don't know homework, it's Excalibur. Whatever, but no, going for the Cuchulainn. That's pretty cool. I'm okay with that. Good thinking, Tex. But anyway, so yeah, usually this girl, she's all sweet and happy. You can hear in the fight a second voice, this being her guardian angel person there, which gives her a power. I must admit, I can't think of any of the magical girl stuff in particular this girl's inspired by. Largely because I don't really know enough Magical Girl franchise as a whole. But anyway, notice how her skirt just seems to appear and disappear based on whether the animator can be bothered. Yep, this is a Japanese game, alright. And there's panty shots everywhere. Finally, fan service! You promised me all those times, Misato, but now we got some fan service. Little Evangelion for you there. I hope you're happy. Okay, so we just beat up a schoolgirl. I'm so hard.
Ruri, here comes another one.
Oh dear. Ruri? Thank you. I assume they're imprisoning them at this point, not just taking away to some kind of evil sex dungeon. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried, but it's nothing compared to the attack by Cryos.
I guess that's a reference to some previous thing of his. Anyway. Okay,
Fiery
next
fighter
episode we
Midori
have what
comes
appears to
to
be some
challenge
random
Danzaiver.
martial arts chick.
His tactical
Woo!
frame is having a tough
Because, you
time
know, in Japan,
against Midori's
you know martial
fluent
arts,
ancient
you know
fighting tricks.
superpowers.
Will she
So that should be a good thing to watch, shouldn't
Next
it?
week's feature is
So that
Danzaiver,
and more
the
come up in the
ultimate
next
hero.
episode. So
6,
please,
attacking
like
the
and subscribe.
Fiery
Watch out for the
fist.
next installment because
Entry
you'll be
of a
seeing the rest of this
hot-blooded
game.
fighter Midori
And,
Danzaiver.
as always, game hard. Good night.